So Shawn Grady was a heck of an athlete. He was a tremendous person. He was everybody's buddy. Just an all-American kid, three-sport athlete, as we all were. Shawn's 3 years older than me, and then my younger brother Kevin is 3 years younger than me, so I'm the middle of the three boys. And football, hockey, and baseball were the three sports that we always played, and we grew up in an athletic family with our father Phil as the hockey coach at Hamilton for so many years. And just athletics were his bread and butter. That's really where he made a name for himself in all three sports. He was a fierce competitor on the field, on the ice, on the baseball diamond. He was a fierce competitor off. I mean, everything was a competition to him. He loved to challenge people. He loved to challenge his brothers in a good way, and he pushed us to be better at whether it was a sport or homework or just better in general as people. He was just a great person, and you know, a heck of a brother.
And I knew Shawn from when we were very little. We played hockey together, we played football together, we played baseball together, went over to each other's houses, did sleepovers, a lot of street hockey. It was a lot of fun as young kids, and basically grew up together throughout young school, youth sports, into high school as well. So, gosh, we were probably maybe sophomores in high school. And Shawn and I were reffing a youth hockey game. We were the refs, and which was always kind of funny because I don't know how good of refs we were, but we were in the room to get ready. And I remember Shawn coming in, we're tying skates, and I looked at him, and his face was really swollen. And I had just seen him the other day, and this was abnormal. And his face was swollen up, and I said, "Shawn, you all right, buddy? What's wrong?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm not sure. I think so. I feel fine, but yeah." And he said that his mom had a doctor's appointment for him for later in the day. And then we kind of moved on, and we reffed our game. And then probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock that night, he called me and told me that they found something, you know, and that was that was it. That was, you know, it was a battle from that day. So.
Welcome back, everybody. When you think hockey in Clinton, of course, the name Shawn Grady often comes to mind. He was an exceptional hockey player whose life was cut short due to a form of cancer.
But tonight, a community is making sure his legacy lives on.
This game was Shawn Grady's passion.
From about the time that he was 3, he was on the ice, right through the time that he passed away. He even played right through his illness.
The Shawn Grady Memorial Fund helps Central New York families whose kids suffer from life-threatening illnesses. A hockey tournament at a sports auction will boost the effort, as we hear now from Jeff Paston in Clinton.
Not only Clinton, you know, but people in the entire region rallied around the Grady family, you know, to support efforts to raise money so that others would not have to suffer from this debilitating disease. I know that members of the Hamilton community responded. I know members of the business community responded. Whenever the event honoring his son occurred, it turned out large and enthusiastic crowds. That in itself, I think, speaks volumes.
The Shawn Grady Fund and the inception of it was to help pay back the community that was so supportive of us in our time of need. You know, certainly when Shawn passed away, it was an unbelievable blow that, you know, you don't wish on your worst enemy. But, you know, and putting things into perspective and how hard he battled and how brave and courageous he was through his battle, we couldn't have done, you know, more for him and be able to be as supportive of him as we were if it weren't for the support of our community. And, you know, the people who just, whether it was financial support, moral support, or, like I said, just giving us a ride to a game or a practice or things of that nature, or providing a meal, this was the way in which we could, number one, honor Shawn's memory, but also pay back the community that was so supportive of us. So the Shawn Grady Fund was established in 1991, shortly after Shawn passed, in memory of Shawn, obviously, and the community that was so supportive of us. And the mission was to help families that have a child with a life-threatening illness that are going through exactly what we went through. And it doesn't just affect, obviously, the individual, it affects the family, it affects the entire community, you know. The entire community was shaken to its core, you know, losing Shawn. So this was a way in which we could obviously pay tribute to his life and who he was, but also pay back, as I said, the community that was so supportive of us during our time of need.